spring at the homestead and birds are chirping. New life is coming up all around. The sun is out, so we are so excited to create a garden box right on our deck that we can come out and just grab some veggies.
Hi everyone, Alexa here with the DuvalHomestead.com, and today I want to tell you about how we made our galvanized horse trough that we are using as a planter bed. We decided to buy a horse water trough and use it as a planter box. We already have one cedar planter box on the ground on the side of the house. We wanted one to go specifically on our deck so we could easily access it and it would stay high enough out of the chicken's reach. So with this trough planter, that will mean we have 2 gardens, which is double what we had last year, so we're pretty excited about that. This galvanized water trough is fairly deep, so it means we can plant things like carrots and things that need a little more space. We decided to build a stand to go under the planter box to raise it up higher so we could just walk out of the back door, make a right, and see the veggies and the flowers right next to our house. Also, we hope that this would get high enough that the chickens couldn't reach it, but they are a lot smarter than we thought and they have found ways to get up here. So we're working on that currently. Now this is different than a regular garden bed because it's so tall. So I'm going to show you how we filled it this year and all the different layers we put in this huge garden bed. And I'll also show you quickly how we made the wood stand out of cedar. Like I said, the primary reason for building it like this was to get it really high off the ground so we could easily reach it and so the chickens couldn't get to it. At least that was the original idea. But since having it up, we have also used the space underneath for storage of like pots and garden tools, and that's been really helpful as well. So first we built the wood stand. We made a wood structure. We used cedar 2x4x8, 2.5-inch screws, a miter saw for cutting, a power drill for drilling, and caster wheels. I'll talk a little more about kind of how we made this on the blog, but it's fairly simple design. It just needed to be sturdy enough to hold the weight of the pan, which was a lot of weight. Then we prepared the galvanized trough for the garden bedding. Now the thing to remember here is that once you fill the trough, it's going to be very heavy and you aren't going to be able to move it. So you want to be sure you have it in its final position before you fill it. First we drilled holes for drainage. There was an existing drain hole in a horse water trough, but we didn't want to use it because it's a little bit high up, so it actually wouldn't catch a lot of the water. We secured the pot with roofing screws to the wood stand. To prevent rusting, we used roofing screws with neoprene washers. For the first layer, we used a few bags of drain rock. Now this is very heavy. Next we topped with compost. We have our own little compost bin on the side of the house and it's made of chicken bedding, coffee grinds, eggshells, veggie scraps, stuff like that. So it's not fully decomposed yet, but we have a good start and we're gonna just go ahead and put it on the bottom. The next few layers are organic potting soil, and on top we put an organic vegetable garden feed. Then it was time to plant seeds. Now, we aren't expert gardeners here, but we did want to try planting from seed this year. First, we made garden rows. Then I picked out some seeds to plant. This is a deep enough trough that we can do carrots, so that's one thing we're really excited about because carrots go pretty deep. And I just used barbecue skewers to write down what we were planting so that we didn't forget where they were. Now our seeds are coming up and they already need trellises. Like the beans that we planted are getting like Jack and the Beanstalk kind of height, so we're really excited. Well, thanks so much for watching. Do you start your own garden? Have you started a garden yet? Whether you live in an apartment or you have a lot of land, you can grow anything from rosemary on your windowsill to tomatoes in your backyard, or you can try to just plant some seeds. Just go for it. You have nothing to lose and chances are you'll have some really great food. Let me know in the comments below if you have started gardening, if you have made a planter box or a pot, or what you're doing. I'd love to hear it. If you're new to my page, make sure you subscribe on YouTube and like on Facebook. Every week I post new farm-to-table recipes, homesteading, and our homemade natural lifestyle from our homestead in Duval. Thanks so much for stopping by the homestead.